Welcome to the first ever virtual AIA New Mexico elevAte Design and Honor Awards. My name is Jennifer Penner, 2020 AIA New Mexico President. When I signed on to become the 2020 President, I anticipated the awards would be unlike any we'd thrown before. Because if you know me, you know how much I love architecture, and you know how much I love to celebrate great work, accomplishments, and outstanding leadership. I never could have imagined just how different it would be. I always imagined it in my mind, rubbing shoulders with our top architects, snapping pictures with our award-winning firms, tearing it up with our outgoing emerging professionals, and toasting with our esteemed fellows. We have a legacy of celebrating the best architecture and the best architects here in New Mexico. And though we can't be together in person, just knowing that we're all together online doesn't make up for it. But it does make me happy. I know there are several watch parties happening around the state right now, so tag us in those selfies and let us know you're here. Hashtag AIA New Mexico, hashtag AIANM elevAte 2020, hashtag AIANM Watch Party. Muchas gracias to our firm fan sponsor, Sarcon Construction. Muchas gracias to our dessert sponsors, Arizona Tile, RJ Dean and Associates, and Insight Lighting. Muchas gracias to our food and drink sponsors, EcoGrip, Allied Industries International Incorporated, MOSA, CNS Distributing, and Stowe. Muchas gracias to our silver level sponsor, Lucchini Trujillo Structural Engineers, Tarkett, EEA Consulting Engineers, and Deltile. And lastly, muchísimas gracias to our gold level sponsor, Desert Peak Architects. We have a wonderful raffle for you this evening, brought to you by La Fonda Santa Fe. La Fonda Santa Fe is a past AIA New Mexico Design Award winner for interior architecture. Someone here this evening is going to win a one-night stay at, you guessed it, the luxurious La Fonda Santa Fe. This 4-star hotel is located in downtown Santa Fe, just steps away from the Palace of the Governors and Laredo Chapel. I want to extend many thanks to our events committee that worked so hard to get this award ceremony put together. This committee has been working since last year on this. When we learned that it would need to go virtual, they went full force in that direction. This is an energetic and dedicated group of people. Let me thank, in no particular order, Ashley Hartshorn, Noreen Cramey, Richard Haas, John Flores, and I was on the committee too, because you know I love a party. I would like to extend our sincere gratitude from everyone on the events committee to Ms. Heidi Steele. Heidi Steele joined the AIA New Mexico Board of Directors in January of this year as our public director. She's gone above and beyond the call of duty in many ways, but I'd like to make special mention of her participation in this event. She's given guidance in terms of our caterer and sponsor recognition. Thank you, Heidi. When a board of directors is formed, it calls for a cast of characters to fill various seats on recurring and revolving bases. There is one position on the board, however, that holds steady, that remains, beyond the comings and goings of a crew seated for leadership. That position is the executive director. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Noreen Cramey for her dedication and passion for the board she serves with at AIA New Mexico. We've had our hands full shifting and pivoting with this event due to the pandemic, and Noreen has been on top of it all, every step of the way. And we couldn't have pulled it off without you, Noreen. Thank you for your hard work, perseverance, and most of all, your can-do attitude. It is my pleasure to announce the start of a new scholarship fund through AIA New Mexico and the University of New Mexico Foundation. The AIA New Mexico and Professor Stephen Dent Sustainable Design Scholarship has been fully endowed through a generous contribution by UNM School of Architecture and Planning professor Stephen Dent. The scholarship is awarded to a graduate student enrolled at the School of Architecture and Planning showing excellent design skills with a serious and committed interest to sustainable design. This scholarship reflects Stephen's legacy of promoting sustainability and educating decades of students about such a relevant issue to our world today. The scholarship had been a long-time project for the AIA New Mexico Board, without hope of its endowment for many more years. Thanks to his generosity, we have our first recipient beginning his second year of the Master of Architecture program this fall, Miguel Angeles. In 2019, AIA New Mexico joined with AIA Albuquerque to deliver the Christopher Kelly Leadership Development Program. Under the leadership and guidance of Ashley Hartshorn, AIA, and John Clark, AIA, this stellar program launched in the fall of 2019 with 16 eager candidates. Here are Ashley Hartshorn and John Clark to present.
Beginning in 2013, the AIA DC chapter undertook an initiative to develop a program to help train and nurture the next generation of leaders. Building on the success of previous program years across 7 other AIA chapters nationwide, the AIA New Mexico Christopher Kelly Leadership Development Program launched in 2019 and now celebrates its first class of New Mexican scholars in 2020.
The curriculum focuses on core professional skills, such as entrepreneurship and firm management, collaboration, the art of negotiation, client development, community leadership, and other topics. Scholars admitted to the program are paired up and then responsible for planning each individual session, from locations to speakers to sponsors. This led to a diverse range of presentations and distinguished speakers, including, and not limited to, Santa Fe Mayor Alan Weber, former AIA Treasurer Patrick Panetta, and leadership from Payette of Boston, Eskew Dumas Ripple of New Orleans, WDG Architecture of Washington, D.C., and local Decker Sabatini, the University of New Mexico School of Architecture and Planning, Electric Playhouse, and RS21.
As co-chairs, John and I want to congratulate our first group of scholars and thank our program sponsors and supporters. We are excited to offer the program again in 2021 under the leadership of scholars Alex Nellos and Evan Berger. As we anticipate releasing the call for applications this September, we invite you to consider a young architect or emerging professional in your firm that would benefit from your support through this opportunity. You can learn more about the 2019-2020 program, speakers, and topics at ckldpnm.home.blog. Congratulations, AIA New Mexico Christopher Kelly Leadership Development Program, Class of 2020.
Congratulations, AIA New Mexico Christopher Kelly Leadership Development Program, Class of 2020.
Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, the awards! I am just as anxious as all of you to find out who our 2020 recipients are. Joining us all the way from Reno, Nevada is our Design Awards Jury Chair, Nate Hudson. As an early career professional exhibiting a non-traditional and diverse career path, Nate Hudson demonstrates an unyielding attention for the future of our profession and its perception within society at large. Although his leadership extends far beyond the AIA, deep into the other communities he's served, he has a long history of exceptional service within the Institute, from the local component level to national committees. His desire to further develop in-progress regional initiatives and work with all members from associates to fellows on concerns and possibilities represents his passion to provide strong continuity in leadership both within the WMR as well as representing the WMR nationally. Nate has over 16 years of experience in professional architecture, teaching, and custom digital fabrication fields. His projects show his diversity and agility from art installations, temporary architecture exhibitions, lectures, and workshops to non-traditional design build work, multifamily residential, and public works. In addition to his professional experience, he has served as a faculty member and fabrication shop director at the New School of Architecture, San Diego, California, and a part-time instructor at Truckee Meadows Community College, Reno, Nevada. He has received numerous accolades for design excellence, all of which can be attributed to the simple goal of effecting positive change for the communities he serves. With that, I give you elevAte 2020 Design Awards Jury Chair, Nate Hudson.
Greetings, New Mexico. My name is Nate Hudson, and I have the distinct honor of serving as the 2020 AI New Mexico Design Awards Chair. While my practice is located in northern Nevada, where I'm currently speaking to you from, I currently also serve as the Western Mountain Region Senior Director, and I'm honored to have such a broad vantage point to survey innovative architecture from our 6-state region. I'm always inspired to see the beautiful diversity of the work generated in the Mountain Desert West. Recognizing the elegance and mastery presented in the work we reviewed proves to me just how lucky we are to practice in such an amazingly beautiful area of this world. Per AI New Mexico's tradition, it is the jury chair's task to assemble the remaining 2 jurors for each year's program, for a total of 3. To help me introduce to you the remaining jurors, let me begin with my thought process on how I decided to select these individuals. First, with only 3 jurors in deliberation, I was hoping to broaden the conversations and transcend geography this year. I felt very strongly that my history, knowledge, and current practice within the Desert West would probably provide appropriate contextual understanding and be able to answer questions as they might arise from the jury. From this, a selection of candidates was whittled down by focusing on those qualified individuals that do not actively practice in the Desert West. Secondly, with the recognition that architectural practice is inextricably linked to client site conditions, as well as contemporary cultural traits varying greatly from one location to another all the way across our country, I felt strongly that the jury needed to be made from individuals that practiced in similar modalities to that of practice conditions in New Mexico. So with that, the first juror selected was Laura Lusniewski, AIA. She is a principal of BNIM Architecture in Kansas City, Missouri, and has built a celebrated career in both design excellence and service. Most currently, she serves as Senior Director of the Central States Region and is a current candidate for at-large director on the National Board of Directors. The second jury member chosen was John Sanders, FAIA, of Knoxville, Tennessee. He is a founding partner and principal of Sanders Pace Architecture, a progressive office located in the smaller metropolitan region of Knoxville, and has served in numerous capacities at the local and state levels of the AIA. Both of these jurors also have a distinguished service record within other design award juries throughout their past. So let's get on to celebrating this year's phenomenal awardees. Our first category of awards is interior architecture. The jury was pleased with the open and clean layout of this space. An honest, contemporary material palette is put in balance with a respect to the elements of the original building's interior structure. Sophisticated selection of lighting and other finishes creates an elegant interior with a very frugal budget of only $100 per square foot. The recipient of the Interior Architecture Award citation level is SMPC Architects for the Studio 8 project. Next, we have our Distinguished Architecture Awards in the Special Recognition category. The jury is pleased to present 3 special recognitions this year surrounding extraordinary elements within the work we reviewed. While through our deliberations, these projects were missing a cohesiveness required to fulfill the distinction of citation, merit, or honor, they presented to us the reality that all architecture can and should have remarkable traits, irrespective of client, budget, or purpose. For our first special recognition, the jury deliberated about what seemed to be a sprawling assemblage of various architectural designs. The jury felt that the changing rooms within this campus, with their light roof, delicate use of purlins, and other intricate detailing, created a sense of elegance and thoughtfulness that, while not to the level of citation, did indeed require special recognition for this year's program. The recipient of this year's first special recognition is Krupnik Studio for Sunrise Springs, an Oho spa resort project. Owners Andy and Jen Scott. Next, the jury would like to compliment the architect for this project on their use of innovative, visually evocative brickwork and double facade treatments. Common brick, a material whose history and lineage is often typecast, used in this way shows innovation and playfulness, especially in the way that it affects light on the interior of the space. This detail, that because of which creates an extraordinary experiential quality, occupants get to have the joy of interacting with this every single day. The recipient of our second special recognition is John Anderson Architecture for Education Collaborative, which is owned by Central New Mexico and Albuquerque Public Schools. Next, the jury was fascinated by the challenges successfully overcome in relation to building at altitude in such a compressed timeline. They felt that, while there were small overlooked areas within this project, the innovative and playful use of new modalities of construction and successful build in such an extreme climate makes this project worthy of special recognition. The recipient of our final special recognition is Zydeco 66 for the Kachina Cabana project, owner Richard Yates. Moving to our next category, the jury is pleased to present two distinguished architecture citations this year. Citation awards are given for projects deserving special commendation and whose attributes are comprehensive in nature. With the understanding that any type of architecture could be considered honorable, every typology comes with its own challenges and should be judged thereto. The jury was pleased to discuss this project and ultimately offer it a citation award. Auto repair facilities are typically banal architectural constructs whose purpose is more utility than experience. Not so with this project. The architect's understanding of the client's needs while providing a truly pleasurable experience was well executed. The screen walls, imitating carbon structures, are simple and cost-effective, while offering the symbolic and emotional connection to one of the foundations to the owner's business. As witnessed in the before and after photographs, this building now exists as a gem in an otherwise scaleless and perhaps even soulless neighborhood of light industrial buildings. The jury considered this as a model design in addressing our country's blank, non-historic industrial corridors. The recipient of this year's first citation award is John Anderson Architecture for Lloyd's Collision Center, owners Mike Hu and Chris Lloydolt. The jury felt that this next project was complete. Bringing design to unexpected typologies, the simple use of materials arranged in a vibrant, elongated form brings ample amounts of natural light into the spaces, which fundamentally serve a utilitarian purpose. Not frequently do we see such elegant and simple gestures that work so well to bring significance to the police station typology. The recipient of this year's second citation award is Hartman Majewski Design Group for the New Mexico State Police Building, District 7 Headquarters, or the Glenn Hubbard Building, owned by the state of New Mexico. Moving to our next category of award, the jury is pleased to present 3 distinguished architecture merit awards this year. Merit awards, like citations, are given for comprehensive projects deserving special commendation, but whose attributes exhibit superior qualities. There are rare moments in architecture when an architect develops a design to fundamentally repurpose a building and strikes a perfect chord, understanding how to make the new design resonate with what gave value to the original. For common buildings, this is even more difficult. The jury was unanimously pleased with the resurrection of the false front concept and found true elegance in the way its contemporary interpretation gave even more value to the traditional adjoining brick building's mass. The juxtaposition of these two gives each of them more value than if alone, and utilizing the moment that they intersect as the primary entry and transitory space of the building gives this project an extraordinarily bold yet very utilitarian programmatic layout. The recipient of this year's first Merit Award is Studio Southwest Architects for the New Mexico School for the Arts, owned by the New Mexico School for the Arts. Next, the jury was excited about the subtlety and elegance of this structure. Simple lines and simple materials, when used in this natural setting, formed the foundation for our discussions. The use of primary non-opaque skin in the writing arena, coupled with the utilitarian program of this project, creates a blurred line between the indoor-outdoor elements of the space and the natural setting it exists within. This careful yet simple curation of elements has created a woven environment mixing architecture with the land and the program in such a way that they all become inseparable. The recipient of our next Merit Award is Krupnik Studio for Skybound Farm, owners Lisa Williams and Eric Piaski. For the last 2020 Merit Award, the jury felt unanimous regarding the selection of this project. When buildings of historic significance come into an architectural office for renovation, a certain level of sheer anxiety should fall over the designers in charge. Don't mess it up. This is a one of a kind. In this case, the jury was extraordinarily pleased with the performance of the design team for this project. While restoring the value of the history to this beautiful building, the design brings it into the 21st century, and when doing so, actually contrasts the historic in very tasteful ways. Attention to detail in this space was evident and thoughtful. All of this culminating as one, the jury felt that the architects have masterfully given timeless sensibilities and a subsequent new life to this building for many decades to come. The recipient of our last Merit Award is Baker Architecture and Design for Rogers Hall, owned by New Mexico Highlands University. For our last category of awards, the jury is pleased to present an honor award for the year of 2020. Honor awards, like citations and merit awards, are given for comprehensive projects, but for only those that exhibit the highest distinction. These awards surpass the other categories in all elements, design and execution. Projects receiving the designation of honor should be considered works of architectural mastery. The selected honor award project was discussed for quite some time by the jurors, given its total embodiment. Situated in the rural border town, Columbus, just outside of Deming, finding a building of this design rigor and pedigree is inspirational in any city, but perhaps even more meaningful to the lives that it impacts given its lesser-served rural location. Whether it's the roof form at home at the base of the rock outcroppings of the Florida Mountains, or the landscape design and public art depicting the all-too-present desert wind sweeping across the mesquite and other low desert vegetation. We discussed the clever use of common coarse brick in horizontal gradients appearing as sedimentary layers from a distant desert vista, as well as the hyper-sustainability focus being a LEED Platinum structure. The building itself serves as an ecologically responsible and emotive entry to those entering our country. It exists, rightly so, as a proud symbol and manifestation of the welfare of this country, democracy, and all of those whose hard work has made it so over the centuries. The jury was unanimous on this decision and is very proud to bestow this honor on such a deserving piece of architecture. It is perhaps the finest front door to our entire country. The recipient of this year's Single Honor Award is Richter Architects for the United States Land Port of Entry, Columbus, New Mexico, owned by the General Services Administration. That concludes our presentation of the Design Awards for 2020. We congratulate all of the winners and furthermore encourage all of you to support this wonderful program in future years, dedicated to celebrating the great architectural work of New Mexico. Thank you.
The AIA New Mexico 2020 Executive Committee sat as the Honor Awards jury. This group of jurors included past President Richard Haas, President Jennifer Penner, myself, President-elect Cynthia Figueroa McIntyre, Secretary Malia Orell, and Treasurer Jeremy Yergi. The Patron Award is a newer category created in 2017. We hold this award in high regard because it takes a client with an appreciation for design to rally behind the architect and keep a vision true to form. This award is given to elected officials, public administrators, or community leaders who contribute to the development of laws, regulations, or policies that affect our environment, lifestyle, heritage, and culture. Included is advocacy for design excellence and appreciation for design quality. The 2020 Patron Award goes to Mr. Dean Smith. And the jury had this to say of Mr. Smith. Dean is a steadfast advocate for modern architecture in Albuquerque. His work has enabled libraries across the city to be beautiful and functional, inspiring all generations who visit, perhaps spurring a passion for architecture in some. Another juror said, I heartily support Dean Smith for the Patron Award. Our public libraries are essential to communities and the people they serve. Dean's expertise in library sciences, advocacy, and personal involvement to provide quality places for learning, sharing, and fun is inspirational. Another jury had this to say, it appears that Dean Smith is an ideal owner's representative and steward of design excellence and advocates for continuing the mission of expanding the public library system. Congratulations go to Dean Smith, Director of Albuquerque Bernalillo County Library System.
Hello, I'm Richard Haas, past president of AI New Mexico and a member of the 2020 Executive Committee. I'm joining you today to present the AI New Mexico 2020 Firm Award. This award is presented to a firm that has produced distinguished architecture for 10 years or more and has made significant contributions to the profession, the institute, and the community. The award is juried by the Executive Committee of AI New Mexico. This year, the committee felt that the firm chosen embodied all of the criteria for the award, particularly in the areas of community outreach and office enrichment. One member of our committee was especially impressed with the firm's advocacy for the profession at multiple levels, their community involvement, and their tradition of individual professionals giving back. Their design work supports a sense of place while achieving a connection to the community and its culture. This was a key consideration in the selection process. The committee agreed that the architectural impact is a central component of the profession and is often overlooked. This firm's work celebrates and champions this impact of design to the built environment. In doing so, their architecture remains relevant and stands the test of time. It is an honor to present the 2020 AIA New Mexico Firm of the Year Award to Studio Southwest Architects. Congratulations.
Next, allow me to introduce your Leadership Awards jury co-chairs. Leslie Gallery Dilworth, FAIA, is an architect and landscape architect. Elected to the AIA College of Fellows, She served on the board of the American Architectural Foundation and was overseer of Penn Design. The recipient of 3 design fellowships from the National Endowment for the Arts, she was selected as the USA Mid-Career Fellow by the NEA. As CEO of the Society for Experiential Graphic Design for 12 years, she rebuilt the multidisciplinary organization into a substantial international membership and education resource. Leslie founded Philadelphia's Foundation for Architecture. She taught at the University of Texas, Austin, and is the author of Luck is Not a Plan for the Future. Design Your Tomorrow Today. Your next jury co-chair is Beverly Spears, FAIA. Beverly is an architect and a landscape architect practicing in Santa Fe. She holds a Master of Architecture degree from the University of Pennsylvania. She is a member of the College of Fellows of the American Institute of Architects. Her firm, Spears Horn Architects, which she founded in 1981, was honored as Firm of the Year by AIA New Mexico in 2011. The firm specializes in commercial and residential design, historic preservation, urban design, and landscape architecture. Spears has lectured widely on architectural topics and is the author of Early Churches of Mexico, An Architect's View, as well as American Adobes, both published by the University of New Mexico Press. Beverly received the New Mexico Architects Medal in 2000 for contributions that have advanced the profession and the socially responsible role that architecture must perform within our greater society. She currently serves on the executive committee of AIA Santa Fe as past president. With that, I give you your elevAte 2020 Leadership Jury co-chairs, Leslie Gallery Dilworth, FAIA, and Beverly Spears, FAIA.
Hi, I'm Leslie Gallery Dilworth, and I'm co-chair of these awards. And I'd like to introduce my co-chair,
Beverly Spears, and our other member of this committee is Edie Cherry.
and we want you to know that we're standing 6 feet apart.
First, the Lifetime Achievement Award is bestowed upon members who have advanced the practice of architecture with outstanding professional achievements and a sense of social responsibility. This award recognizes a lifetime of excellent work.
And this year, the award is presented to Stephen Dent, AIA. Stephen is Professor Emeritus of Architecture at the University of New Mexico, where he taught from 1980 until 2015. Steve's area of expertise lies in the designing of buildings that are environmentally friendly and which use a minimum of energy. Within this vitally important area of design, Steve has published widely, and he's been acknowledged as a leader in New Mexico's fine reputation for advancing energy conservation. As his nominator commented, Steve's credibility as a guru of energy conservation, and sustainability is unmatched in New Mexico. Congratulations, Stephen.
The next award is the Young Architects Award. This award is given to a registered architect whose registration is within 10 years or less. The award recognizes exceptional leadership and community service. It also recognizes design and/or service to the profession. So, the winner this year is Ashley Hartshorn. The jury was very impressed with all that she has accomplished as a recently licensed architect. She has continued to serve the AIA at both the state and regional levels. She sat on the State Board of Directors as treasurer and also the Western Mountain Region as Young Architects Director. Additionally, Ashley has helped to engage and assist a broader audience through continuing to manage the construction program. Recently, she has also launched the Christopher Kelly Leadership Development Program, which is currently underway. Her dedication and success in both her architectural employment and in leadership roles with and related to the AIA are truly outstanding. We congratulate Ashley Hartshorn.
The next award is the Associate Award. The Associate Award is given to an associate member who displays exceptional dedication to the community and to the built environment through their service to the community, to the AIA, and in the quality of work performed professionally. Evan Berger is just such an individual. As the Student Licensing Advisor in 2017 and the State Architect Licensing Advisor, he helped to connect emerging professionals with other professionals. Throughout his professional education, he set up events and promoted connections among people. In 2018, he received the Leadership of the Year Award by the AIA Albuquerque. This was followed in 2019 by the Excellence in Leadership Award, which he received at his graduation. Clearly, he makes time for others as he accomplished so much while in school. He gladly took on leadership roles and sought additional responsibilities. And most remarkable and enviable to me is that he did all this while raising a child and working full-time. Congratulations, Evan. It's time for a vacation.
Thank you again to all of our sponsors, to our event planners, to our juries, and thank you for joining us this evening. And congratulations to all of tonight's winners. You should be proud. You work hard, you're passionate, and you set the bar here in New Mexico. While I wish we could have celebrated together, I can't wait to join you all in person next year at Site Santa Fe with all of the award winners. This has been a year for the books, you guys. Don't forget that in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Take care of yourselves, take care of your neighbors, and may God bless.